Imagine being 22 years old, having virtually zero work experience, and being appointed as a minister's chief of staff at a salary of around 1.4 million rand per year. That's exactly what happened in the Department of Social Development this year. Meet Lesedi Mabiletja, who until late in September was the chief of staff to the Minister of Social Development, Sisisi Tolashe. Let's just take a moment here to note that the Department of Social Development is one of the most complicated and important government departments. Millions of South Africans literally depend on its functioning as a matter of life and death because it is the ultimate authority for the dispersing of social grants. So you might think you'd want the most experienced possible people at the top of this ministry, right? Apparently wrong. Daily Maverick was leaked a copy of Mabiletja's CV, which shows that Mabiletja matriculated in 2020 and is currently 22 years old. Her sole tertiary qualification is a diploma in information technology undertaken part-time at Rosebank College in Polokwane. As work experience, Mabiletja lists 1 year spent working in the marketing department of the same college. Other than that, she also claims to have had over 3 years of volunteering experience in the Office of Deputy Minister in the Presidency responsible for women, youth and people with disabilities, Klengiwe Mkhize. Now, there's two reasons why this claim is weird. Firstly, because the idea that a teenage volunteer would be responsible for making travel and security arrangements for a cabinet minister, as Mabiletja claims, is implausible. Secondly, because Mabiletja matriculated in 2020 and Deputy Minister Mkhize died 9 months later. So how did Mabiletja manage to bag this cushy role at the top of the Department of Social Development? Well, we did some digging and found evidence that Mabiletja is the niece of the Minister of Social Development's favoured special advisor, Kotze. Mabiletja previously referred to Kotze on Facebook as the world's coolest uncle, while Mabiletja's mother, Lekale Makhlaku, has also referred to Kotze on Facebook as her brother. Kotze himself, by the way, is also accused of double-dipping by previously accepting 2 government salaries at the same time without disclosing this. And there have been suggestions that he is being protected by Minister Tolashe. But that is a separate can of worms. What we discovered after our initial reporting on Mabiletja was that she was initially appointed as Minister Tolashe's private secretary as a 21-year-old in 2024. But when the department's top officials sent Mabiletja's CV to HR to approve her appointment as secretary, they were told she didn't even qualify to be the minister's secretary. An HR memo seen by Daily Maverick reads as follows, quote, "It was determined that Ms. Mabiletja holds a national diploma, NQF level 6, while the prescribed educational entry requirement for the position as per the job description for the post is a qualification at NQF level 7 plus 5 years experience at middle or senior management level. She therefore did not meet the appointment requirement in terms of qualifications." More shockingly, the same memo reminds the department's top officials that they were present at a meeting in August 2024, including Deputy Social Development Minister Hanif Hendricks, in which they were explicitly told that Mabiletja did not meet the requirements for the post of secretary. Yet the department's acting Director General, Peter Netshipale, proceeded to approve her appointment regardless. And just months later, the department would reward Mabiletja with a significant promotion from the minister's secretary to her chief of staff. The chief of staff role is a position on a par with some of the most senior government leaders and is on the 3rd highest salary band in all of government, currently worth almost 1.4 million rand annually in taxpayers' money. It requires wide experience in management and extensive knowledge of government, parliamentary processes and legislation, none of which Mabiletja appears to possess. Here's the silver lining. Following Daily Maverick's initial reporting on this, the Department of Social Development has quietly removed her from her position as Chief of Staff, with a memo to staff giving no reason for her replacement. Social Development has also removed its spokesperson after less than a month in the job, so it's hard to get comment at the moment. But we understand that Mabiletja is still employed by the department, back to her position as the Minister's Secretary, which she remains unqualified for. Parliament's Social Development Committee has since stated that it is concerned about our reports on this and will be taking the matter further. Clearly, Minister Sisisi Tolashe and her top officials have a lot of questions to answer.